Good morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome again to a new lesson in the chemistry of secondary one, first term. Today we will discuss a new lesson in Unit 3, which talk about the mixtures and acids, bases, and salts. This lesson called mixtures properties. Again, remember that mixture from the verb mix means two or more substances are mixed together. If for sure mixing without any chemical reaction, they are chemically unreacted, okay? So they can be separated by physical means, okay? Again, if the mixture is homogeneous means equal distribution of the substance which are mixed together. In this case, the mixture called solutions. If the mixture is heterogeneous, what is the meaning of heterogeneous? It means that the mixed substances are distributed in each other with unequal manner. In this case, called heterogeneous mixture. In this case, it may be colloids or suspensions. In this lesson, we will talk about the main features or the main properties of each mixture type: solutions, colloids, and suspensions. From this table, we can summarize these features for each one. Firstly, when we talk about homogeneity, solution is a homogeneous mixture, while colloids and suspension is heterogeneous mixture. Now, the second point of comparison is the size of particles. This is the most important point of comparison between them, because this is point which affect all other properties of solution and colloids and suspensions. So all the properties of solution, colloids, and suspension depend on this point, the particle size. In solution, the particle size of mixed substance less than 1 nanometer. So they are very small. While colloid, the particle size of mixed substance range from 1 to 1000 nanometer. But in case of suspension, the particle size is larger or more than 1000 nanometer. So again, according to the particle size, the property of the mixture will be determined. For example, the vision, which is the third point of comparison. In solution, the components of solution cannot be seen by electron microscope or even naked eye, while colloid particles can be seen by electron microscope but cannot seen by naked eye. In case of suspension, we can see its particles by naked eye, okay? Scattering of light beam. This is a phenomena called tendril effect. Simply, it means the passage of light beam through suspension, colloid, or solution. In case of solution, the light beam pass without any scattering, okay? But in case of colloid and suspension, the light is scattered. This also due to the size of particles. The precipitation, the fourth point of comparison. Precipitation, solution, its component not precipitate. No precipitate will be okay. For example, salt solution, sugar solution. If we leave it for an hour or more, we will not see any precipitate in the glass. While in suspension, just you leave it for a period of time, we will observe a formation of precipitate in the bottom of the glass or container. Colloid-like solution, no precipitate will be formed. Finally, the fifth point of comparison is filtration. Filtration means separation of the mixture components by using filter paper. Okay, solution cannot be separated by filtration. If we pass a salt solution or sugar solution through filter paper, it will pass completely through this filter paper with no separation of its component. Also, colloid cannot be separated by filtration, while suspension will be separated by this method. Okay, if we make a suspension of some sand in water and pass it through filter paper, we will observe that the sand is separated in the filter paper while the water is passed through the filter paper. This picture illustrates what is called Tyndall's phenomena. What is Tyndall phenomena? As you see here, this is the pass of light beam through solution, colloid, or suspension, and observe the effect. In case of solution, no scattering of beam light, while colloid scatter beam light. Also in case of suspension, the beam light will be scattered. Okay, now we can see a video to illustrate more differences between three types of mixtures.
Alright, last part of chapter 13, and this finishes.
Again, welcome. Now, complete the lesson of mixtures properties. Now we will transfer to the colloid and with a new expression called colloidal system. What is the meaning of colloidal system? Colloidal system means it consists of two phases. The first phase called dispersed phase. The second one called dispersion medium. Dispersed phase, it's like the solute in the solution. It is present with minor amount. Okay, it is the substance that form the colloidal particles. While the dispersion medium, it is like the solvent in the solution, which present with major amount in the mixture, and it is the medium in which the colloidal particles are dispersed. This is a table illustrate different examples of colloids. The first column, dispersed phase. The second column, dispersion medium. So the first line represents gas in liquid. For example, whipped cream. Whipped cream, like creme chantilly, which used in the manufacture of cakes. This mixing of cream with blender in high speed to enter the air in its in the liquid of the cream, forming whipped cream. So the whipped cream, it is a gas dispersed in liquid, while gas dispersed in solid, like cotton candy, an Egyptian word called غزل البنات. But in case of liquid in gas, this is like fog, like aerosols. This is liquid dispersed in gas. What about liquid in liquid, like mayonnaise? This oil dispersed in water, emulsion of oil and vinegar. Okay, liquid in solid, like hair gel. Solid in gas, like dust in air. Solid in liquid, like pigments, blood, milk. Starch in hot water, again in hot water. Starch in cold water is a suspension, not colloid. Okay, starch in cold water will be precipitated if we leave it for a period of time, while starch in hot water will not be precipitated if we leave it. How to prepare colloids? Again, the particle size of colloid is median between the particle size of solution and the particle size of suspension. So to make a colloid, we have two chances: enlarge the size of solution particles or decrease the size of suspension particles. So we have two methods to make a colloid. The first method called dispersion method, the second called condensation method. Dispersion method, it is in which the substance is crushed into small particles until its diameter ranges between 1 to 1000 nanometer, then added to dispersed medium with stirring. Okay, while condensation method, the small particles are collected together into larger particles, have the volume of colloidal particles range from 1 to 1000 nanometer. How to do this? By some process like hydrolysis or oxidation reduction. Okay, now we will transfer to third topic, which talk about the method or the methods which is are used to separate mixtures. To separate the component of mixtures, we can use three methods. The first one called filtration, the second one called evaporation, and the third one called simple distillation. Now we will discuss each method and how to differentiate, or what is the difference between these methods. For filtration, it is used for separating the component of a mixture of solid substance. Some of them are soluble and some are insoluble by using filtration funnel and filter paper. So in this figure, or in this method, we use separating funnel and filter paper, and using the property of solubility, substance solubility. So if we have mixture of sand and salt, for example, to separate them from each other, firstly we will dissolve this mixture of solids in water. For sure, salt will dissolve in water, while sand not dissolve it. Then pass this mixture through filter paper. For sure, salt will pass with water because they are solution, while the sand will remain on the filter paper. So in this case, we separate a mixture of solids by using the solubility of the substance, or the difference in solubility between the two mixed substances. In the second method, which is called evaporation, here this method is used to separate a solid substance dissolved in a solution by heating. Here our target is to collect the solid substance which already dissolved in other substance, for example water, but in this method we using heating. Okay, here take salt solution in watch glass and heat it for a period of time on a Bunsen flame. After some time or a period of time, the water will be evaporate till remaining a white percepted in the watch glass, which represent the salt with which is dissolved in the solution. Now transfer to the third method to separate mixtures, which called simple distillation. In simple distillation we use this apparatus, and we also using heating and cooling. Simple distillation means heating to evaporate the liquid substance, and then make cooling to make simple distillation for it and collect the distillate in other container. So simple distillation, separating the solvent from a solution by heating and condensation. For example, separation of pure water from salty solution by evaporation, then condensation of the produced water. Here we have flask, rounded flask, closed with rubber or cork, and have side tube connected with condenser. This condenser through which cold water is passed from down to up to cool the vapor which come from the round flask, then collect the condensed liquid in conical flask as a pure water. Okay, this is lesson now is finished, and thank you for attention and goodbye.